Well, welcome to the Sturgis packing live stream tonight. We are packing because we are heading out to Sturgis tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. And as you're going to find out rather quickly here, I am not ready. So it's a party. We're having a few brews and going over some last minute things. I kind of have everything packed up, unlike last time when we did the Smoky Mountain run. We did a little packing party for that too. Everything is actually kind of packed, minus my camera equipment. We just kind of got to secure some things down. But I have a really big announcement that I'm very excited to tell you guys, and it's going to tie into the Sturgis trip as well. So that's going to be fun. But first things first, we have to get this bike ready to go before I have a panic attack because I am leaving in a lot less than 12 hours. So we need bungee cords. I don't know how you guys do this. I have everything. All the camping equipment is secured in one big package bundle here. It's going on the two-up seat, but I need to get it to stay on there. And I use bungees. I don't know what you guys do. I like bungee cords. They're easy. I have some over here. Got to get some. Ooh, these are the extra long ones too. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. We're gonna find out. That's what we're doing. It's the packing party. This is what we do. This is invent new methods. I have been to Sturgis 4 times. I've rode out twice. I've rode on all kinds of road trips all over the place. I have never once packed the same way. So that's not a piece of advice. Maybe find the system that works and stick with it. I tend to reinvent the wheel every single time. And one thing that is definitely new this year is the big tour pack. The first time I rode to Sturgis, no tour pack. Last year, I had the chopped tour pack. When I bought this bike years ago, I swore I would never get the tour pack. So then I got the chopped tour pack. And now we have the full old man tour pack because it's just easier. And I even was kind of worried. This is a huge bungee cord. I was even kind of worried that I wasn't going to have enough room. And it turns out I might have like either extra room or a very comfortable amount of room, which is great. That's kind of what you want. Because the year I went with no tour pack, I also brought a tent and everything that goes along with the tent. And that was not very comfortable and or spacious. I mean, that works. That works. That's the extra big bungee. That's the long bungee. I have another long one. Didn't I have another long? Yeah. Well, this one's not quite as long. But I think we're gonna do something similar here. I have one of those big nets too. I don't like them. I don't think the big nets really work. They don't work for holding your stuff down. They work for like if you want to put extra stuff. This one's not quite as big as the other one. Problem. Should I go there? That does work. Does that do the job? I think so. So, if you've been watching some of my videos, you'll notice I normally have the little backrest that goes in here, but now I got a big backrest. That is the one thing I enjoy about the Sturgis trip and bringing this big, whatever you want to call this, dry pack. I've been calling it a wet pack. I guess it would also work very well as a wet pack too, since it keeps water in and out. But I got this on Amazon, and I got this on Amazon like 3 years ago, and I've used it a lot, and it still works just the way it should. So that that is hauling the bulk of the camping gear and equipment and the tent. That's done. The key here is to still be able to open the tour pack. Not not as easy as I'd hoped for, but not terrible. Again, we're doing all the fancy camera equipment and gear in the tour pack, and I have a whole duffel bag in there this year. I've gone full old man on this one. I have a fully loaded duffel bag in the tour pack and my camera equipment. So that is nice. That I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. My right saddle bag is all riding gear, my coat, my rain gear, paperwork. The left saddle bag is a first aid kit, tools, my Hey Dudes, and tomorrow's lunch and dinner. I got a bunch of little gas station hoagies because tomorrow is the first leg going to Sturgis, and it's going to be exciting because tomorrow I'm going to try to do the official Iron Butt Challenge, and hopefully I could get all the paperwork and everything works well and they accept me into their little club. We are leaving northeastern Pennsylvania tomorrow at 4 a.m. and I plan to not stop until we hit La Crosse, Wisconsin. I don't know if La Crosse is in Wisconsin or if it's in Minnesota, but it's on the border. You could check that. You could check. She's checking. Aggie's checking. It is on like in the middle of the Mississippi River. Mississippi River? I think it's the Mississippi River. I usually hit that around noon, day 2. Normally we ride to like Chicago for day 1, stop. La Crosse is Wisconsin. So we're not going to make it to Minnesota, but we are going to be a stone's throw away. But it just so happens that La Crosse, Wisconsin is like 1,013 miles from here. So that's the goal. The goal is to do the official Iron Butt. Hopefully everything goes our way to allow us to do that. It shouldn't be too difficult, seeing how I have tons of conditioning this year. I'm at 10,000 miles on this bike alone in the last 2 months. So I think if there's a year to do it, if there's a time to attempt it, it's tomorrow. First day of the Sturgis trip. And then I don't know. I have no idea what we're doing from there. I don't know where I'm staying tomorrow. I don't know where I'm staying when I get to Sturgis. I have no plans. We have no plans. I will be there. I will be in Sturgis, South Dakota, in 1,800 miles from now. That is the only plan I have. As to when that all actually ends up happening, I don't know. But I'm going to be keeping you guys updated. I'm going to be keeping you updated throughout the whole trip. I'm going to post probably shorts every day just to let you know what's going on, what's happening. And maybe even a video or two while I'm out there. We'll see. We'll see how all the camera equipment works out. But I am meeting some very interesting people out there. You guys are probably going to be real excited because I am meeting some fellow YouTubers out there. So that is exciting all around. I'm getting to do some collaborations with a couple people I personally know, a couple people I'll be meeting for the first time. So that is extremely exciting. I've been to the rally now. This is going to be what, 5th year? This will be my 5th rally. So I've now kind of done almost everything. I've been going now for so long that things are changing. So you got to like go back and see why it's different and how. So that's exciting. Like some big changes out there. And I got to tell you guys, this whole packing party thing is becoming a trend. And the only reason it's becoming a trend is because every time I leave on a bigger trip, I want to do more videos before. And I get tied up. Life gets complicated. And this whole video editing thing, it takes a lot of time. And time's a rare commodity for just about anybody. So I do these to like give you the last thoughts I have before I leave, just so you have them. I want you guys to know. And some of the things I would say as being a oh boy, rally veteran for the last few years is that if you're going for your first time, uh, I'm excited for you because you don't know what to expect. I don't care who you listen to online and they tell you everything. It's something you have to go see for yourself, and you won't really understand what it is until you've been there and you've done it. But just some tips, especially if you're new. Watch out for certain things. If you're in Sturgis, if you're within the town boundaries of Sturgis, South Dakota, during the rally time, even if you're there before rally kicks off or after rally ends, follow the rules and the laws. Okay, they don't mess around out there, especially in Sturgis. All right, uh, stop signs, both feet down. Yes, there's almost a million motorcycles, however many motorcyclists you want to claim are there, 100,000, a million, 500 million, it doesn't matter. They will give you a ticket. They will find you. They're very good. Most of the cops are on motorcycles themselves. Put both feet down at the stop sign. If you go out partying at night, do your best to avoid riding. Don't ride. Do not ride and drink. Don't do it. They are very, very sharp on that. They will pick you out of the crowd. They will find you. They will stop you. You will get a DUI. It will pretty much ruin your trip. Don't do it. There's tons of bus services there. If you really want to party and you want to do that, go to one of the party campgrounds. Stay at one of the party campgrounds. You don't even have to leave the campground. You will get everything you are looking for at one of those big campgrounds. If you want to go downtown and drink, take one of the buses. The bus itself is a party. All right, Aggie can tell you, the bus, the bus is its own party. Just to ride in, take the bus, because even if you end up doing the right thing and then you start drinking and you say, I'm not going to ride, you can't leave your bike overnight. They come in, they're extremely thorough during this event. They do a very thorough cleaning every night, and they make the place beautiful every single day. It's as if no one was there the day before. But in order to do that, they have to clear everything out. So at 2 a.m., and we were downtown one year to watch this happen. We took the bus and we're going to find our bus. If you're on the bus, you could stay as long as they let you stay. It doesn't matter because you don't have a bike. But if your bike is on Main Street, they come with the tow trucks and they pick your bike right up. None of this, and they plop it on the back of like a rollback, and it's gone. It's going to an impound lot that's like 60 miles away from Sturgis. Good luck trying to get it tomorrow. Don't do it. So don't drink and ride. Now, if you're in the other towns, and I'm not, I'm not condoning anything. The other towns are a lot more loose on some of these rules. Deadwood is becoming more and more strict every year too. I think they set a 2 a.m. curfew, same as Sturgis. I just seen that. I don't know if that was previously in play. I've never been in Deadwood that late at night, and I never heard anyone really talk about it. But whether it's new or not, Deadwood is starting to do that too. But Deadwood is very close to Sturgis. But I mean, if you're all the way down in Keystone or something like that, obviously the rules are a little different. The police coverage is definitely less. There's still good coverage there, and those guys are out there to make sure everyone stays safe. People die at this event every year. A lot of people show up. A lot of people are trying to have a good time on bikes, and unfortunately, some people just don't know how to do that. So people do die every year. There's no like if someone dies, like some motorcycle rallies. I know I was just at Laconia this year, and there was a big like round of applause at the end that no one died. That's great. That is great. But there's so many people that attend the Sturgis Rally that the statistics are just different. People do die every year. Don't be one of those people. All right. Play it safe. Go out to have a good time. Other rules of thumb for first timers: try not to get overwhelmed. There's a lot going on out there. More than you'll be able to do in 1 year. If you're going out this year for a full 7 days, you will not be able to do everything there is to do there. And that's why you're going to bump into people like me I'm on year 5. You're going to find other guys and gals and couples, and they're going to say you're 20, you're 25. I think the highest number I heard was 32 years. So people go every single year because there's always something to keep doing. And like I said, yeah, I've kind of done everything on the motorcycle side there is to do. I mean, last year we were panning for gold, right? Remember that? We spent the whole day. Yeah, that was really fun. I'm a big history buff, so like going to see all the gold mines and stuff has been always been on my list. So and I've gone to like 3 different mines in the Black Hills. So there's so many things you could do. It's endless. Everything is kind of a tourist trap, but I mean, that's what you're there for. You're there for the riding, you're there for the party, and then a little bit of mix of that touristy stuff. So don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot. There's a lot of places to buy things. Don't buy all your t-shirts the first day you're there because A, the prices will go down, and B, you're going to find someone selling them cheaper. Um, what else? What other good first timer advice? Don't ride at night. Don't ride at night. I'm not saying don't ride at night. Know where you are. All right. If you're coming from a major metropolitan area or a suburban setting or something like that, you're not just riding in like the back country or just on the outskirts of some town. You are riding in preserved land that has never been touched or modified in any way. So the animals out there are very used to a population of like, I don't know, the entire southwest portion of South Dakota is probably less than 100,000 people. Um, that's including Rapid City. That's like everything. The population of Sturgis is in like the single digit thousands. Deadwood is, I think, 1,000 or less. Keystone is less than 400. Hill City is less than 500-600 people. They're very small population areas, and they're not used to the traffic. So you might be buzzing around thinking you're okay. If you're riding through the hills at night, use extreme caution. Try to avoid it if you can. I mean, if you're riding the interstate back and forth between Rapid and Sturgis, fantastic. Or you're riding Highway 34, I think it's Highway 34 between Sturgis and the big campgrounds, you're pretty safe. But just a couple years, not last year, 2 years ago, I hit a deer in between Deadwood and I think that's Highway 16A, in between Deadwood and Sturgis. You're right. You're right. She corrected me. The deer hit me. And it did. We're not even lie about that. It hit about right here on the bike and it clipped our legs and whatever. We were prepared for it though. Yeah, I think the speed limit was 45. We were doing 35. But 1 minute before that and 1 minute after that, there were people coming ripping past us. All right. Just use caution. I'm not saying don't ride at night. Use your judgment. These animals, they don't act like animals do around your hometown. They're not the deer in headlights. They don't know what headlights are. Some of them may have never seen, like a deer that was just born this year has never seen a set of headlights before. And there's good chances it hasn't, but it's about to at this rally because you throw a couple 100,000 people in one little area and that's what happens. So use caution of that. Be careful riding in the hills at night. Try to avoid it. All right. Try to avoid it best you can. Prepare for riding out there. Prepare for the weather. All right. As I told you, yes, I have all my rain gear and all that stuff. I am riding all the way to Sturgis, so I need to be prepared for the weather. But even if you're trailering there, make sure you have a set of rain gear or something because you're going to hit weather. And Sturgis, there is no like maybe. And I know even if you're new, you're probably looking at the forecast like I have been and thinking, oh, no rain. It's going to rain at some point, maybe for an hour. It might even hail for 15 minutes. I've gotten stuck in all sorts of wacky weather out there. It happens. It's part of the Black Hills. You're higher in elevation. The weather cycles out there are crazy. Last year it rained a lot, which was abnormal for them. Normally, like back here at home, like 2 inches of rain in a day or two is nothing. But out there, it was like everyone. You thought the locals, it was like Armageddon. They're like, oh no. But it's true. It doesn't normally rain like that out there. Normally they get storms, passing storms or showers. It doesn't usually rain for 2-3 days in a row like it did last year. But you never know. And I'm not saying to predict for that. I'm saying to predict for that 15-minute storm that's going to come through. And if you're somewhere near town, that's fantastic. You can just pull off to the side and, no big problems. Duck your head inside, do whatever you need to do. But if you're in the middle of the Black Hills, and you got caught in a storm, you're stuck. You're gonna wish you had that rain gear. Another reason why I'm bringing the old man tour pack this year is fits full face helmet. So I got stuck in one storm last year that I really, really wish I had my helmet for. If you do find yourself stuck in the rain, new people, if you're on the interstate, if you're on I-90, don't hide under the bridges. All right? Do not hide under the bridge. If you stop under a bridge, the police will show up and they will say, put your rain gear on, do whatever you need to do, get the hell out of here. Couple 100,000 motorcyclists out there. So if everyone starts stopping underneath the bridge, it's going to cause a big problem. They do not let you do that. If you have to pull off the side of the road and stand in the pouring rain, I have done that before because it's that bad. If you don't have your helmet on you or whatever, and you're getting pelted that bad, pull off the interstate and stand in the middle of the rain if that's what you got to do. Do not stop under the bridge though, because you're going to be very upset when they pull up and tell you get moving, because they will. And I get it. All right, I get it. It shouldn't be something you complain about because monkey see, monkey do. Next thing you know, 100,000 bikers underneath that bridge. It could be a very bad situation. Try to think other tips. I had a whole script written out. Obviously, I was going to do these videos. Food. I was going to do a food video. Let's cover some food. Now, there's a lot of ways you could do your rally when it comes to food. You could, if you got yourself all camped up and you got yourself a nice little spot, you could cook most of your food. Oh, you could cook most of your food, and that's fantastic. You go to they have grocery store there. There's Walmarts and stuff. Spearfish, South Dakota, Rapid City. There's Walmart's, grocery stores. You name it. It's not as in the middle of nowhere as everyone tends to tell you. That's great. If you're kind of like me, you like to splurge, you want to go out to eat, I got some advice for you. If you're in downtown Sturgis, you're gonna learn real fast. Sturgis is a cluster. All right, it's the epicenter of the whole rally, so it's kind of where a lot happens. There's a lot of vendors there. Everyone's trying to sell you something, even air. Like everyone's trying to sell you something. A lot of street vendors there for food. If that's what you like, great. It's a little pricey. It's street food. If that works for you, fantastic. If not, Sturgis, Good Eats in Sturgis. I would normally recommend the Knuckle Saloon. It's kind of like a thing of mine every year. First day I get into town, go to the Knuckle Saloon, have something to eat. They're under new ownership this year, and from what I've seen about the new owners, they look like they want to carry the legacy forward of the Knuckle and even perhaps make it a little bit better. So that's exciting. We're not gonna lose a good place, so it might even get better. So the Knuckle Saloon would be kind of my recommendation downtown. Iron Horse is also very good. No, wait, I'm confusing them. I get them confused. A lot of places. The Loud American would be like my second go-to in downtown Sturgis. There is the Iron Horse Saloon. They have food. Not bad, they're better than the street vendors. The Pizza Ranch. The Pizza Ranch, if you're on a budget, or you just don't want to wait in line or whatever, Pizza Ranch is a buffet. And they have pizza, pasta, chicken wings, Pizza Corral, Ranch. Pizza Ranch, Pizza Corral. Ooh. No, the pizza something. Look it up. Ah. Oh, don't even. Oh, you're gonna break my heart over the Pasta Corral. If you're a Valley veteran, you'll remember the Pasta Corral. She's no longer with us. Pizza Ranch, right? What was I saying? Pizza Corral. Oh man. Oh, we're all learning something. It's Pizza Ranch. Yeah. See, don't know. Don't you dare. I know my Sturgis stuff. The Pasta Corral. The Pasta Corral is it still on Google Maps? The Pasta Corral, rest in peace. That was a nice little spot, like on Nemo Road. Nemo Road? No, that's not Nemo Road. It's Nemo. It's by Nemo. Yeah, something like that. It's not there anymore. It don't matter. Pizza Ranch though, buffet. They're a buffet. They don't raise their prices during the rally. We've ate there a couple times. Good spot. Get outside of Sturgis. Deadwood. There is a buffet in Deadwood. There's a buffet in the basement of the casino. What is the casino? Right next to Deadwood Square. Killing me. I did say it earlier today. There's also a steakhouse there too. I haven't done the steakhouse. I'm not a steak fan. It's a good time to mention that. I'm a big food buff. Um, keep in mind where you're going is, Midwest. It's the land of steak. So everyone prides himself out there on the steak tips and their sirloins and all that. I'm not a big steak fan. I will get steak while I'm out there because it is good. It's good. It's fresh. It's good stuff. Back here at home, I'm more of a seafood guy. Hate on me if you want, but don't order seafood in the middle of the country. All right, it's not the best. Trust me, from a seafood guy, it's not. You're in the middle of you're 3 days from the nearest ocean, so it is the place to eat steak. If you like steak, you're gonna love almost every place out there prides themselves on their steak. So there's a steakhouse in Deadwood. Everyone raves about that one. I've never been there, but it's a good place to eat from what I've heard. No one said anything bad about it. And the buffet underneath the casino next to the Silverado Hotel. No, across the street from Silverado Hotel. Right? I don't know. It's right next to Silverado Hotel is on the other side of the street from the casino. The casino's right next to Deadwood Square. Outlaw Square. Yeah, that's what I meant. Either way, it's in the basement. It's in the basement. Go to Outlaw Square. Go in the building right next to Outlaw Square and go downstairs. They have a buffet there every day, reasonable price, very good, good food. Keystone, South Dakota, the Ruby Room, Ruby Red Room, the Ruby Hotel, the Ruby something, right? Ruby Hotel, Ruby Restaurant. It's right on the main drag in Keystone. Great food. Um, awesome atmosphere too. If you're a history buff into that old school 1800s era thing, it's fantastic. They usually have live music there too. We caught ourselves late there the one night. We were the Ruby House. It's the first thing I said. Might be, that might not be. Either way, we caught ourselves late there one night. They had great entertainment there. They're awesome. It's an awesome place. Gone there almost every year. The place right up the hill from there, the Powder House, Powder Mill, Powder Home. Wow, I'm ruining it today. Powder House, the Powder House. Aggie's never been there. I usually do that like the last day of the rally, so she's usually never there. Um, Powder House, good food, good wild game food. They got all the crazy smorgasbord there. Uh, let's see. If you're in Keystone, nope, did Keystone. If you're in Rapid City, the firehouse. It's not what it's called though. It's called it's the firehouse. It was a firehouse. Yeah, I could get you there blindfolded from 1,800 miles away. Yeah, I'm just having a brain fart on all the names. It's the it's the something. It used to be a firehouse. They serve food there. It's absolutely delicious. You will know. You will know when you get there. You will know before you get there because there are billboards for that place 100 miles away from Rapid City. Great food there. And I think that's it. Honorable mentions go to if you're in the food thing, go check out Wyatt at his lemonade stand. If you don't know his story, he started a lemonade stand like 2 or 3 years ago because he wanted to buy like a Lego set, I think it was, and his parents said, "Okay, you get the money, you got to work for it, get the lemonade, sell lemonade," and they were gonna save half the money for Wyatt, donate half the money or something. And he made a bunch of money the first year, and then the second year took off like wildfire. And he got like I don't know $40,000 he made in one rally off of selling lemonade for I think St. Jude's. He gives his money to, so he raises a lot of that money for charity. it's great. He keeps doing it every year. People keep showing up. I have my Wyatt hat upstairs. I bought a hat, a T-shirt, everything the one year. It's just fantastic, cool story of once motorcyclists find out that it's for a good cause, they end up turning the kids' charity into a tens of $1,000 ordeal. 75 was that last year. That's how much he's made this year already. Good for him. Over the past 4 years. Okay. 75,000 he's donated to St. Jude's. So it's a great thing. He's right off of I-90, in between. He's right on Sturgis Road, in between Rapid City and Sturgis, somewhere in there. You'll know. Someone will tell you where it is. You'll find it. That's the thing. You're gonna find all this stuff. You're gonna find it. You'll know where stuff is. You'll find things. Destinations. I went over destinations in a whole video I did on that. Like stopping in, just if you want to just see like all the vendors, if you're into shopping and stuff. I mean, like there's vendors all over. You have to go down to Rapid City. There's tons of them there. And the Rapid City Harley dealer, for those of you who have been to the rally before, the vendor lot that used to be outside of Black Hills Harley-Davidson, it was separate. That's where Amswell Adam is and all that. The Harley dealer bought that, and they have a bunch more stuff going on there this year, and they're going to be doing demo rides out of there with the Harley-Davidson HDMC will have their truck there doing demo rides. So there's going to be even more happening in Rapid City at Black Hills Harley. So that'll be interesting. But this is what I mean. Like I've been there. This will be my 5th time going there, but stuff changes. It evolves, it changes. Sometimes it's for the good, sometimes it's not for the good, but things are always changing. There's something different to see, even at the same place. So I'm kind of excited to see what they're doing there. I'm not a big rally shopper, but I like to poke around. I like to look at things. I like to window shop for sure. And you never know. You never know where you're going to find like a cool gadget or gizmo that you haven't seen somewhere else, because that kind of thing does still happen. So it's worth going and checking that out. But like that's going to be totally different this year. Who knows what half the other places. If you've been there before, you have the Full Throttle Saloon. That place changes every single year. There's always something different going on there. And just from some of the things I've got to see already, it is fantastic. I remember going there in 2020 and thinking, like, what is this? But it wasn't built yet. They were still building it. And so going back year after year, they keep adding more and more to it. And now it's getting to the point where it is really impressive. Even if you had like a sour taste for it in the past, you go back again and you're like, oh, damn, like that wasn't empty space. They just didn't finish it yet. So it's cool to see that evolve. And the only reason I know any of this, the little bit of things that I know in advance is from fellow YouTubers, Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures. I mean, those guys are fantastic. If you haven't heard of them and you're watching this channel, go check them out, especially if you're going to the rally. They are like the news team for all things Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. They have been there in South Dakota. They have been there for I don't think they ever left. I think they've been there for 7 or 8 weeks, and they've been making a video every single day. I haven't got to watch them all. I try, and they know all the things, all the things that are changing. They know all the events, and they're posting about it all. And it kind of boggles my mind how many people go to Sturgis and then how many like subscribers they have, because they have such good quality information. Tons of info about everything and anything, all these events, different places to eat, restaurants that I've still never heard of. So it's great because it could be, again, a very overwhelming place to go visit, especially if you're trying to do a bunch of different things. If you're trying to do a lot of the riding routes, that's going to soak up a lot of your time if you're also interested in bike shows. I have done so many miles in the Black Hills that there's a lot of rides I probably won't do this year, and I get to just like kind of sit back, relax, and go to some bike shows because I have not gone to a single bike show. I've been there for 4 years, and I have not gone to a single bike show, and I'm really excited to go to a bike show. What? What? 5 years? I've been there 4 times. This is my 5th year. Stop correcting me falsely, making me look bad. Um, uh, but yeah, there's so many things, and Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures on YouTube, they're fantastic with keeping up to date on the info. I don't know how they do it all. I couldn't do it all if I wanted to. I know that. So they're a great value. I'm sure whatever questions you might have, especially about events or locations or places, they have covered it. If they didn't cover it this year, they've covered it in the past. And there's so many changes this year. I can't even like think of them off the top of my head. They're doing the big racing series at the end of the year that we've all kind of known about for months. Not really sure how they're going to pull that off. Not really sure if I'm going to be there to see it. Either way, though, I'm sure we'll see it online. But another thing, Gas Monkey Garage has a a restaurant. Gas Monkey Bar and Grill has a restaurant. It's Richard Rawlings from the TV show, and I remember seeing him out there last year. He's walking around with Woody from the Buffalo Chip, or not last year, 2 years ago. Oh, so it's been going on for a while. That's right. When did I stay at the Buffalo Chip? 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he showed up at the Buffalo Chip, and I could see he really wanted to sink his fingers into some real estate out there, and he finally did. So we'll see how that works out. He got himself a prime piece. I don't remember what it used to be. For some reason, I remember it being an Amsoil place. That might have been years ago, or I'm completely wrong about it. But it's the little like wooden log cabin type building right behind the Hot Leathers building there on Junction Ave, right across from the Harley dealer, Sturgis Harley-Davidson. So that's new. We'll see what that's all about, what that's like. Maybe be a good place to stop in and grab a bite to eat. It's going to be their first year right in downtown Sturgis. So that'll be interesting. So many new things. And I'm just excited to go out again, meet some new people. I'm real excited to meet some new people. I'm excited to meet you guys, everyone who watches. I know a lot of you are going to be there. Don't be afraid to come up and say hello to me. I'm going to have Fun on Wheels stickers. Say hello to me. You get a Fun on Wheels sticker. That's what they're for. I'm giving them out to everybody. Again, I'm meeting up. Going to be doing a little bit of collaboration with some YouTubers. Meeting a real good buddy of mine, a new friend I found this year. He's currently on the road right now. You could follow his trip at 717 Throttle Therapy. Great guy, Wayne. He's currently on the West Coast. He lives by me, a couple hours away from me, and he's currently on the West Coast. So we're doing it this way. We're going to intercept each other out there in South Dakota. So I'm going to meet up with Wayne, and he's kind of a nut. I think he's done probably, I don't know, 3,000 miles just in the last 6 days. So he went all the way out to Oregon, and he's currently, or at least I think maybe tomorrow, he's starting his way back. All I know is we're going to end up meeting each other out there in South Dakota, or at least we think so. So it's always fun. You never know who you're going to meet. If it is your first time, super excited for you. It's awesome. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have on tips and advice. Things I didn't get to cover in other videos. Again, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do everything. I still have some really awesome content from the end of the Smoky Mountain Run trip we did in the spring, and I have the whole Laconia trip that I want to get out. And I'm going to try to get those videos out while I'm in Sturgis. No promises, but I'm going to try to make it happen. This way, when I get back, we could start doing some Sturgis content, and I have some extra surprises for this fall because we're doing some pretty neat stuff opposite of what we normally do. We may or may not be headed out to the Indian Larry block party in Brooklyn, and maybe even testing out our city shoes a little bit and riding through Manhattan, because why not? That's a challenge, and I love challenges. So we might be headed to the other side of things that we normally do. Instead of hitting the back roads, we're hitting one of the biggest cities in the country to ride through. So that's coming in the spring. And I'm trying my best to pump out everything I can for you guys, but I do have like a really exciting announcement to make in terms of the channel in the future. And it's nothing I did myself. It's what you guys have done for the channel. And we were just accepted into the YouTube partnership program. So that is a huge milestone for Fun on Wheels, and that makes me really excited for the future because that just opens up a little more opportunity to bring you guys some better content. And I never really thought I would be doing this, and I figured I kind of could. And I was probably like everybody else who thought it was easy. I definitely did think it was easy. It's not easy. None of this is easy at all. I just spent 48 minutes of my life trying to set this up because I don't know what I'm doing. But I think I'm starting to figure it out a little bit, and I thank you for your patience as I get better. Hopefully the content gets better, and hopefully it's better for you, and hopefully it helps people become a little more inspired to get out and do this type of thing. It's my passion. It's my life. I teach motorcycle safety program. I ride every other minute I can, and now I'm doing this as a hobby as well. And it's really neat to get to bring you guys along and show you some of these really cool trips and document it for myself, because I start to forget all the places I've been and things I've done, and now I have hard evidence so people don't have to call me a liar. But it's tons of fun, and I can't thank you guys enough. It's from you guys, you know, the special couple hundred of you that have actually subscribed to the channel, and everyone else who has viewed all the videos that kind of got that through so quick. So there's going to be some future opportunities opening up for you guys as viewers, and for me as a creator and a writer. And I am very excited to move forward with that, and even double down on my new hobby of being a content creator. I spent tons of money on camera equipment and many hours of my life over the last year trying to figure out how all this works. I had no idea what a RAM was or a terabyte, and I'm learning it all on the fly, very much like how I learned to ride a motorcycle. So thank you guys. I appreciate it, and hopefully you all appreciate it, because hopefully it opens up some new doors for some exciting stuff, and that's awesome. But all that aside, we're heading to Sturgis tomorrow morning, and we're doing the Iron Butt, and we're doing that in like 9 hours. 4 a.m. I don't even know what time it is now. 7? How many hours is that? 4, that's 3, 4 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hours. 9 hours. So that's not a whole lot of time for sleep. So I still got to get all of that in here because it's got to come with me. And I got to go sleep. But stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be giving you guys live updates from Sturgis. And when we get back, oh boy, we're going to have a whole lot of stuff to talk about, a whole lot of things to watch. And again, we're not even done with some of our old content. So we have tons of cool stuff coming out, tons of cool stuff planned for the fall. And I got sleep to catch. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.